Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I have something so special for you. I'm going to take you on a little journey, a story that's not just about a holiday, but about finding joy in the little things, reconnecting with yourself, and creating unforgettable memories. Along the way, I'll sprinkle in some fabulous phrases and vocabulary that you can use to level up your English skills. So grab your coffee, your tea, or maybe even a glass of wine, and let's dive in. It's going to be everything: fun, emotional, and totally relatable. So here's part one of my holiday story. Hi, my name is Bella. I'm 27 years old, and honestly, life has been a whirlwind lately. I had been working nonstop for months, and I felt like I was running on empty. I mean, who can relate? When you're just so caught up in work and responsibilities, you forget what it's like to just breathe and enjoy life. So, I told myself, Bella, you deserve a break. Now, let me set the scene for you. Picture this: a sunny morning, me sitting on my little balcony with my cup of coffee, dreaming about escaping to the countryside. Growing up, my parents used to take me to this small, picturesque town surrounded by rolling hills and wildflowers. It was magical. I hadn't been there in years, but something inside me was screaming, "Go back." So, I packed my cutest outfits, obviously, hopped into my car, and drove there. The moment I arrived, it felt like stepping into a dream. The air smelled like pine trees and fresh grass, and the sound of birds chirping. It was just chef's kiss. That afternoon, I decided to go horse riding, and let me tell you, it was everything. The wind in my hair, the sound of the horse's hooves against the dirt. It was so freeing. I couldn't stop smiling, like one of those main character moments. And guess what? I even named the horse Daisy, because why not? Later that day, I hosted a little dinner for my girlfriends who live nearby. We're talking candles, fairy lights, and a charcuterie board that looked like it belonged in a magazine. We screamed, we laughed, and then, when the wine kicked in, we had this deep, emotional talk about our childhoods. We even cried a little, but you know what? It felt so good. There's something about being with people who just get you. When everyone left, I curled up on my couch with a glass of wine and watched my all-time favorite movie, The Holiday. I mean, how could I not? It's like the perfect vibe for a cozy night in. The warmth of my blanket, the glow of the candles, and the sound of Jude Law's voice. It was pure bliss. Now let me tell you, day 2? Oh, honey, it was next level. So grab a snack, light a candle, and let's get into it. The morning started with this absolutely iconic sunrise. Like, I woke up, pulled back the curtains, and the light just poured in like melted gold. I was in this little white linen robe, very old money vibes, and I could hear birds singing. I made myself breakfast. Just something light and chic, you know. A croissant, some fresh berries, and a latte with a perfect little foam heart on top. I sat on the porch with my breakfast, wrapped in this cozy blanket. And let me tell you, the view was everything. Rolling hills, dew-kissed grass, and this mist that made everything look so dreamy. I just kept thinking, Bella, you're living your best life right now. After breakfast, I decided to go exploring. I mean, what's the point of a holiday if you're not going to have an adventure? I found this adorable little vintage shop in town, like the kind that smells like old books and has tiny bells on the door. I walked in, and it was like stepping into a treasure chest. I found the cutest antique bracelet, and as soon as I put it on, it felt like it had a story to tell. Isn't that just so magical? Now let's talk about the afternoon, because this is where things got really exciting. My girlfriends came over, and we decided to try something new. Paddleboarding. Yes, me on a board in the middle of a sparkling blue lake. It was giving rich aunt who vacations in the Hamptons energy. We laughed so much, especially when my friend Chloe fell in. Like, full-on splash moment. But she's such a good sport. She came up laughing, with mascara running down her face, and said, "I meant to do that." After we were done being water queens, we headed back to my little holiday house. And this is where the magic really happened. We lit a fire in the fireplace. It was crackling and glowing, just so cozy. And we made this gorgeous cheese fondue. We were spilling secrets, sharing dreams, and even unpacking some childhood drama. At one point, Chloe told this story about her first heartbreak, and we all just started crying. Like the ugly kind of crying, but in the best way possible. It was so cathartic, you know? Being surrounded by people who love you and understand you. It's priceless. And then came the evening. Oh my gosh, let me paint the picture for you. Candles everywhere, my coziest cashmere sweater, and a bottle of red wine that tasted like pure heaven. I picked out another movie, Under the Tuscan Sun this time, and we all cuddled up on the couch. The room smelled like lavender and pine, and the glow from the fireplace made everything feel like a warm hug. But here's the thing that really got me. In that moment, I realized how much I've grown. Like, there was a time when I'd overthink everything, always worrying about what's next. But sitting there with my best friends in this perfect little bubble of happiness, I just felt so grateful. So yeah, day 2 of my holiday was a vibe. But don't even think for a second that I'm done. Final day of my holiday series. If you've made it this far, I just want to say, you are my people. Okay, so the last morning of my trip started perfectly. I woke up in the softest bed you can imagine, with sunlight streaming through the windows. I could hear this little stream nearby, just bubbling away, and it felt like nature itself was saying, "Good morning, Bella." I slipped into my cutest workout set, beige and so chic, and decided to go for a hike. Now, you know, hiking isn't really my thing, like, at all. But something about being in this gorgeous place made me want to step out of my comfort zone. So there I was, climbing this trail, surrounded by tall trees and fresh air, with my water bottle in one hand and my playlist blasting in my ears. And can we talk about the view? When I got to the top, it was like the whole world was laid out before me. Rolling hills, sparkling lakes, and this endless sky. I stood there, took a deep breath, and just let it all sink in. It was one of those moments where you're like, this is what life is about. After the hike, I headed into town to grab some lunch because, hello, hiking makes you hungry. I found this tiny cafe tucked away on a cobblestone street. It was giving major European vibes, with little tables outside and fresh flowers everywhere. I ordered a lavender latte and this to die for avocado toast. But here's the plot twist. While I was eating, this older woman sat down at the table next to me. She looked so elegant, like someone who had lived 1,000 lives. We started talking, and let me tell you, she was incredible. She told me stories about traveling the world, falling in love, losing it, and finding herself again. Her words hit me so deeply. She said, "Darling, life isn't about having it all figured out. It's about collecting moments that make you laugh, cry, and feel alive. Don't chase perfection. Chase the beauty in the mess." Like, wow. I was sitting there, tearing up over my toast, feeling like the universe had just handed me a life lesson on a silver platter. Now, let's fast forward to the evening, because this is where the magic really happened. I decided to throw a little farewell party for myself. Yes, I threw myself a party, because why not? Life's too short not to celebrate yourself, right? I decorated the backyard with fairy lights and candles. Everything was glowing and so dreamy. I wore this flowy white dress that made me feel like a goddess. My girlfriends came over, and we made the most beautiful dinner together. Think fresh pasta, roasted veggies, and a lemon tart that was almost too pretty to eat. Almost. After dinner, we sat around the fire pit, wrapped in blankets, just talking. And when I say talking, I mean we got real. We talked about our dreams, our fears, and all the things we're too scared to say out loud most of the time. At one point, Chloe said something that stuck with me. She said, "Bella, you're the glue that holds us together. Your energy inspires us to be better, to dream bigger." And I couldn't. I started crying, but like, in the best way possible. Then came the music. We turned on my playlist, danced under the stars, and laughed until our cheeks hurt. It was one of those nights where you feel so alive, like the universe is giving you a big, warm hug. The next morning, as I packed my bags, I felt this mix of emotions. Part of me didn't want to leave, but another part of me knew that this trip had given me exactly what I needed. Before I left, I sat on the porch one last time with my coffee and just let myself be. No phone, no distractions, just me and the moment. I thought about everything I'd experienced: horse riding, deep talks, meeting new people, and reconnecting with myself. It was like I'd found a piece of me that I didn't even know was missing. And as I drove away, I made a promise to myself to keep chasing moments like these. Because life isn't about waiting for the perfect time or the perfect place. It's about creating those moments wherever you are. So, that's it, my loves. That's my holiday. But honestly, it's so much more than a story. It's a reminder to slow down, to appreciate the little things, and to celebrate yourself. If you've been waiting for a sign to take that trip, to reconnect with friends, or just to give yourself a break, this is it. Do it. Life is short, and you deserve to live it fully. And remember, It's not about where you go. It's about how you feel when you're there. So, go out there, create your own magic, and don't forget to share your stories with me in the comments. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay fabulous.